I know this. It's second day and we have a tour planned for the city. I am quite excited because I've been to the city before with friends, but I never had a tour guide. So this time we will discover some hidden gems, but also understand better the history of this richly cultural and historical place. Good morning. Like I said, we are ready to go start our tour guide with only 40 minutes delay. Cultural clashes because the girls needed to look like this. So I guess it was time well spent. Yes.
Thank you, darling.
Say, how are you thinking, Pelumi?
I feel great. It's my week.
Do you still feel good even being late?
Girl, 15 minutes late is okay. It's
50, not 15.
1 5.
Yeah, no.
Otherwise, I wouldn't be 50 minutes late.
Okay, okay. What are you most excited about?
About taking photos. Sorry, that doesn't sound fair. Tell us the lovely story.
The guide just told us a very interesting thing. Ho Chi Minh wanted to have his body cremated and spread around the country in different places. And now we've seen his body, which means that his last wish hasn't been fulfilled. But to not have his final wish fulfilled sounds a bit too egoistic in my mind right now. Ready for some more culture on the streets and hopefully in our bellies too.
We're to the oldest university in Hanoi.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, but thank you.
Yeah, very good.
I was saying that if you always show up wearing your best, then you set up a standard and then people won't notice that you're wearing something
Always so
special
good.
today. Right? But because I always wear hoodies and then I put on something nice from time to time, everyone will be shocked and they're gonna be like, wow, you look. But like for you, it's like, oh, it's just Pelumi looking splendid and stellar, you know? So my takeaway is that just play with contrast.
Sometimes look good.
Never let them know what your next outfit is.
You have to.
So we are now in the first university in Vietnam, established in the 11th century, which is crazy. It's maybe, so the guy said it's 1076, which is around half a century after the big schism and the Christian church in Europe took place historically. And the guide was kind enough to explain a bit the complicated relationship between Vietnamese and the Chinese. China or Chinese dynasty have been here for the first 1,000 years of Vietnam history, 1,000 years after Christ, and they've been replacing whatever writing system the Vietnamese people had with Chinese characters, and Vietnamese writing system was lost. And now Vietnamese use the Latin alphabet because of the French who have introduced it during the colonization. Apparently, in this courtyard, there are 82 stele, which each marks an outstanding individual, someone who had excellent results in their examinations. They would be here. It's basically like the trophies back in the days. And also, probably the worst place for a parent to bring their kid, because they would probably say, are you going to be the 8th or the 10th stele here? Look at this. They're all placed on a turtle, marking the name of very intelligent individual, at least as defined by the standards of smartness back then. So we stumbled upon a graduation from high school, and then people are praying here for good results for their next examination for university. so cute. The emotions getting into real life. The terror of math, probably. Design into the windows.
Năm Ất Tỵ, giáo viên và học sinh lớp 9A6, trường Trung học cơ sở Văn Quán, phường Hà Đông, thành phố Hà Nội, do cô Đỗ Thủy.
Okay, teach me.
So, like this.
Yeah.
It's like find out, like just realize that this is the truth.
Like two things coming together,
clocking,
right?
yeah, like
okay.
this.
It's clocking finally. I got it.
Yeah, it's like
It all fell into place.
clock it. Yeah, exactly. Like, ooh, you know, I came to Vietnam and had a good time. I'm just doing what I'm doing. Clock it.
Okay. And then what the other one?
Period. You know, period.
Period. Yeah. It's easy to understand.
We do, guys.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
So what does the star represent, though?
Huh?
The star. What does it
The
represent?
store, the color is the color of our skin. We're yellow. And red is the color of blood and revolution. And the 5 points on the star stands for the 5 original classes in Vietnam that created the revolution.
I am done. If I don't eat in like the next
Two places we're supposed
5 minutes, like I'm gonna turn into a bad dragon. If I don't eat. That's the right question to ask. Exactly. I like that question. Yes. Are we eating? I mean, you ate, but I'm still hungry.
Yes, I'm still hungry.
It's like, how can you eat but also still be hungry? I'm clocking out. I am completely zoomed out after the food, but we are here at the National Ethnology Museum. Ethnos means nation or people, and it comes from Greek. Tell me.
Baby's tired.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
me too. I mean, food coma.
Yeah, like.
Do you want to guess first? Do you want to do a game?
Yeah,
Fish traps.
Let's do the game.
Fish traps.
That's not what I was thinking.
Okay, this I know what this is for. These are hats.
Hats?
Yes. Hats, and I think different sort of techniques to do it.
I love that hat.
Yeah. One of the main reasons why I love ethnology museums and history museums in general that have element of religious history and spirituality is that it allows me to think creatively about the world building of one of the fantasy Roman and fantasy worlds that I am creating currently with a creative partner. And it also shows that there are some limits to our creativity as humanity because the same myths and the same motives are repeated again and again across cultures. How we think about how the world was created and how we think about gods and how we relate to them, it's so similar under different names and under different forms and using different animal spirits, but there is still a red thread connecting us all across the world and across time in how we relate to creation and to our origins. And although the ideas are there and have been there for hundreds of years, it still helps to revisit them because when you're looking at this, the way in which these people were dressed up and they were doing some of the things, you might reconsider designs and innovations and even ways of organizing our societies these days. That's one of the added value of learning about history and learning about the peoples of the past, but also the peoples of today, because these are ethnic groups who are still living, preserving their habits, preserving their rituals, and giving life their own interpretation. And just because they're not the mainstream cultural approach and understanding of the world, that doesn't make their lifestyle any less important or useful. And I think these museums and these spaces that countries are dedicating to talking about the diversity of the ethnic groups in their population is a way to show respect and to cherish the differences while still showing that they're all part of one collective, one togetherness, which is very interesting to observe how different countries are doing this and what are the dimensions where differences are highlighted, because this says a lot about how we relate to one another and what are those things that we immediately think of about the other when we are creating the narrative about the other. Take for example this, a ritual pole that's at the center of the Thanksgiving festival, and apparently it's to be tied to the ritual buffalo and to a universal tree. When you look at it, it looks like a contemporary art museum exhibit. Those two small birds are made to swing in the breeze, and it all symbolizes a sort of connection between this world, the village, and the spiritual world. But in a more pragmatic way, I love it because it shows how people back then and people in smaller ethnical groups think about the connection of the human with the spiritual world. And this can inform both deep understandings about our world if you go into their philosophical terminology and ethnology, but also about new creative ways to think and to imagine worlds, stories, which is so important considering the crisis of ideas that we are experiencing in our century.
But he knows. Minh, how do you know this song?
You know it. You know
I
it.
like it.
Oh, you like?
It's a song that I don't know. I feel left out.
Never
No,
shut.
That's why we told you to sound British. You don't even know British rap. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Then it goes.
I know this.
Okay, guys. I had too much energy.
I'm visiting a Buddhist pagoda,
Louis.
and you can see my spoils from the Ethnical Museum. This is crazy, but this temple has been built in the 6th century, so the year 560 something, which honestly makes it one of the oldest Buddhist temples I've ever visited. With a tree that has been gifted by India to Vietnam in 1950s. I think the greatest takeaway of the day for me is that having a tour guide really makes a difference. I've been in Hanoi some years ago, and my memories were based on what I've experienced and what I understood reading stories and pieces of information that I found myself. But when you have a local person guiding you, it's interesting to see the stories they picked to present, and the way in which Vietnamese people choose to speak about who they are and choose those most important and fun pieces of their culture that they want to show to foreigners. So in this sense, I can only strongly encourage you to book a tour guide. You can find it on Airbnb, you can find it online, you can even find cheap versions. Students who are happy to practice their English and share a piece of their experience in Hanoi. So try it next time you travel somewhere, and don't just roam around freely if you really want to understand a bit more of what's happening. This is it, guys. It's been a long day, and the vlog is going to end now because we're going to a spa to relax after this long day full of history, culture, and we need to get ready for exploring other types of cultures. And see you next time.